A very good evening to everyone. Welcome to Global Online. I hope my voice is very clear. Yesterday there was some students, I guess I had an issue, but today I think it is clearly audible and the volume is also proper, so just let me know. So welcome you all to NTA UGC Net Paper 1 preparation, that is 2022 batch, and here we are live at 9 p.m. We have completed all the theory classes for all the theory units. We have started with MCQ. In MCQ also we have completed teaching aptitude, we have completed research aptitude, we have started with the third unit, that is people development and environment, and this is the second lecture. All the links are available in the description box, you can check them. And today we will be having practice MCQs on Montreal Protocol and Kyoto Protocol. There are some extra questions also I have taken. I have taken 1 or 2 questions on sustainable development goals also, so that one we can keep on practicing. And yes, this is what we have for the agenda for the day. Now before we go ahead, let's understand, yes, today, that is Global Online has brought up paper 1 preparation. The new batch will be starting from 5th of May 2022. What we have is daily live lectures, notes on all the topics in PDF format. Last 10-year question papers are available with key. You have test series, that is 2500 plus MCQs are available, which will be like a mock test, which will give you a hands-on practice for your examination. You can get this on the Global Online app also. You can even WhatsApp us on the WhatsApp number in case if you have any queries or any doubt. And the fees for the same is rupees 3000. Now on the app, when you go, you can see the content wise topic, wherein you have the chapter wise topic, and in that, once you click, you have something called as evaluation test. Okay, so today's evaluation test is 2, that is PED 002. Today's the test number is 2, so you can go and check on that and you can attempt the test. Now yes, as I've been announcing that next week we'll be having a crash course on research aptitude. This crash course date will be finalized, and the time will also well in advance been informed to you in the class itself, but it is in the next week. So you have a 90 minutes crash course for research aptitude, wherein all the topics will be taken as in revision based. So in 90 minutes we'll be completing the entire theory. We have completed topic wise theory or classes also, but again, as in recalling or to keep you updated with the topic, this crash course will help you out. Fine. So yes, let's now start with the session for the day, what we have scheduled today. Show more time to find. Okay, see, Neelam, when you go on the app, I mean to say, this is how it looks, that is UGC Net Paper 1. Okay, when you go on the content, you will get the units. If you can see unit 1, teaching aptitude, research aptitude, reading comprehension, communication. And then once you click that particular unit, that is now we have unit, it's people development and environment. In that there is something called as evaluation test. And once you click on the test comes. So you can appear those tests. Is it clear, Neelam? So this is what we have been telling since when. So you have to get registered and then you can appear for the test. Is it fine? Okay. If you want a demo of that, then I have to take a demo on the screen one day. So tomorrow, let's see if I can take the demo for that, and then I'll help you out with that. Fine. So yes, this is how the crash course is going to be conducted. Only date and time I will give you very soon. So we will finalize it and I'll give you the time also. Fine. So yes, this particular unit has, I said, 5 questions. Out of 5, 3 questions definitely you can attempt. 2 questions I can understand, maybe at a times it can be little bit difficult, but no doubt that 3 questions will be within the syllabus, which will be bit twisted form, but you need to keep your, you need to read it very carefully, the questions, and attempt the questions. Fine. And each question carries 2 marks, so totally 5 question carries 10 marks. Now let's start with the quick revision of syllabus. The first topic of the syllabus we have completed, development and environment. That is questions on millennium and sustainable development. Today I have also taken 1 question on sustainable just to practice it. Human and environment interaction. So this anthropogenic activities, this I have not taken today. Actually I have taken a protocol, 2 protocols today, and some questions on some questions on some topics which are not in the syllabus but comes as a part of question. So I have taken this as the agenda today. As I said, slowly, gradually, we will be keeping moving ahead. Environmental issues, so as in your syllabus, whatever environmental issues are given, one question on environmental issue I have taken today, because it will help you to understand what are the different types of questions have been asked. Impacts of pollutants you have, resources you have, that is natural and energy resources, hazards, natural hazards and disasters, wherein you will get this question based on some current affairs, and the various protection act, as in the form of protocols, in the form of conventions, in the form of treaties, in the form of agreement. So all this are there. So let's go ahead and start the session for the day. So the first question comes over here. So today, as the question comes, I'll be taking the theory, whatever is important. So the first question is, human development report for each of the year at global level has been published by whom? So is it UNDP? Is it WTO? Is it IMF? Or is it World Bank? So human development report, what exactly this report is, who is publishing this report, where is the latest report been published? You need to take this all in consideration. Vikrant, I am taking classes only in between. This logical classes were going on. Otherwise, I have completed my all theory classes. Marathon also is done of research aptitude and teaching aptitude crash course also is done. You can check on channels, everything is there, and I'm taking classes 9 p.m. daily. Only 2 units mathematical and logical Zeba ma'am took in between, so there was a gap. Okay, yes, Swarnali, I think your answer is right, only one alphabet is missing. Fine, yes. So human development report, very good, is each year at the global level is been published by whom? Yes, the right answer is UNDP, that is option number 1. But let's understand in detail about this report. Okay, now when we talk about human development report, okay, it's an annual human development index. Now this is published by the Human Development Report Office of the United Nations Development Program. So that is called as UNDP. Now, what this reports, now see, this question has been appeared once. So now you should understand what is the area which has been not touched. So the report makes recommendations for the change that generate attention and debate among the stakeholders and policy makers, and they raise public awareness of ideas about human development. So basically, this report talks about what? It talks about human development. Okay, I have highlighted certain important points also. They promote resource mobilization in key areas of development and trigger responses to the needs of most vulnerable in the society. So basically, it is about mobilizing the resources so that the human development is possible, and in which areas that is also listed out by them. Now, 30th anniversary was in the year 2020. The human development was the latest report which was been published by UNDP. Since 1990 it has started. Now, the theme for this year, please remember, this was 2020. Now 2021 and 2022 was expected this year, but this 2020 theme was human development and anthropocene, that is the activities. The report focused on improving human lives while relieving our planet of the pressures of development. Now, the next point which I have brought for you, that is the basic objective, is to create an enabling environment for people to enjoy long, healthy and creative lives. So that is sustainable part of environment. Now, human development has 4 pillars. Now, this can be a question which is again untouched. What are the 4 pillars? Equity, sustainability. I said, see, to create long lasting, so sustainability, equity, productivity and empowerment are the 4 pillars of the development. India's rank is 131, okay, as per 2020. Now 2021 and 2022 index is it is expected, okay, and the theme for that, the title is Uncertain Times, Unsettled Lives, Shaping Out Future in the World in Transformation. So this is the expected this year it is going to be released. So the latest is 2021, and based on that the data is given. So there are some questions which are not taken, like for example, what is the objective, okay, since when it has been started publishing, that is 1990, and what are the 4 pillars, what was the theme of 2020 and what is the theme of 2022. That you need to keep this things in mind. And India's rank was 131. These things are not being taken, so you have to just focus on this particular points. Okay. The theory classes are over. This is MCQ class, but in MCQ also there are some doubts, so I have to explain theory wise. Okay. Now, second question is on natural hazard. So, which type of natural hazard has caused maximum damage to the property and lives? Here they have given you certain hazards, okay, out of which you have to tell that which of the hazards has resulted into maximum damage to the property and the lives. That is hydrological, hydrometeorological, geological or geochemical. So out of the given damages, which is the one which has resulted into maximum damage? So is this option number 1, 2, 3, 4 or so? So you have to tell me the right option. I hope your doubts are all clear, Vikrant. Now classes are regular only going on. Fine. Yes. So let's see. Yes. So now what are the other disaster hazards also we should know about them? Okay. Students are answering. Fine. So yes, this is answer, that is right answer is yes, hydrometeorological. So let's understand about it in detail also. Before that, let's talk about what is hydrological disaster. It is basically a scientific study of the moment, distribution and management of water on earth and other planets, including the water cycle. So it is nothing. Hydrological is a scientific study of the moment, okay, with reference to water on the earth. What is geological? It is relating to study of Earth's physical structure and substance. Geochemical, it is relating to the chemical composition of the Earth, its rocks and mineral. So these are the other options which were been asked. So let's have a look at hydrometeorological. So when we talk about hydrometeorological hazards, they are caused by extreme meteorological and climate events such as floods, drought, hurricanes, tornadoes, landslides and mudslides. So if you see the latest, I mean to say the state which has been impacted huge in the recent year is West Bengal. Okay, that can be a type of question. The hazards are tropical cyclones, that is typhoons and hurricanes, thunderstorms, hailstorms, tornadoes, blizzards, that is snowstorm, heavy snowfall, avalanches, coastal storm. So what comes under hydrometeorological, that is the thing which is given. Now latest is the states which are affected was Odisha in May 2019, West Bengal in November 2019, West Bengal again in May 2020 and 21. So that's some 6,000 and plus lives have been affected due to this hydrometeorological hazards. That is the state of West Bengal. So that you have to keep. But as I said, this particular question, they almost touch it with current affairs. So when I'll take a session on current affairs, especially with environment, and then at that time we will touch this point once again. Okay, fine. So this is what this question number 2 was, that is on natural hazards. Now coming to question number 3. Now question number 3, please do not be in a hurry to answer it. Read the question very carefully. You can do a silly mistake, so be careful. Now there is assertion and a reason. Okay. Now remember, I have always been telling that whenever you do a assertion and reason question, you don't have to put your extra things over there. You have to always check the reason from the question given, that is assertion. So the assertion is, in the world as a whole, the environment has degraded during the past several decades. So that is environmental degradation. That is the assertion talking about. Now the reason they have given is, the population of the world has been growing significantly. That is the reason. So now you have to tell that which statement is correct, or the explanation also stands to be correct. Okay. Good evening all those who have joined a bit late. So you can just get in touch with question number 3. Swarnali, what is the doubt you were having? You just wrote the word, so I didn't get. I have told the meaning, but I didn't get what you want to tell. So in case if you can be clear, or else this question, if it is clear, just ensure that this question is you are putting correctly. The question is easy, but read it very carefully. Okay. Okay, we have started getting answers from the students for question number 3. Others also. Only one student have answered, if I'm not wrong. Okay. Okay, fine. So if you see, yes. So if you see the statement, now what is the statement telling us? That in the world as a whole, so in the world, that means just now see, remember one thing very well. That's the reason why I tell you to take more time to read the question here. In marathon, you can put a time limit target for you, but here no, some words are to be ignored. That is just to confuse you. So the meaning is, in the world, the environment has degraded during the past several decades, which we are aware about. The reason they are giving, that population of the world has been growing significantly. So if you see, both the statements are correct, no doubt. Both the statements are correct. There is an environmental degradation and the population is growing. But reason is not, correct with this, with reference to assertion. There are many reasons for environmental degradation. Population is not only the reason. So statement A as well as statement R, both are correct, but R is not the correct explanation of A. Yes, but not the reason. And I hope how you understood why, because there are many reasons and here it talks only about the population. So it was very straight. I don't think there should be some confusion for this. Fine, now let's go to question number 4. Now, as I said, our main agenda today was Kyoto Protocol and Montreal Protocol. So we have started the questions. So Kyoto Protocol is related to what? Is it related to ozone depletion? Is it related to hazardous waste? Is it related to climate change? Or is it related to nuclear energy? What exactly it is? Any student, see, everyone is giving right answer, but still any student is having doubt. If I have not understood, there is no need to, just keep quiet. You can just raise your doubt and get it clarified. Okay, question number 4. Yes, we have started with question 4 answer. Yes. So now protocols, what protocols for what? So till now Montreal Protocol and Kyoto Protocol, there is not more exploration done. So the questions are, in the judgment only. So that you can expect, something like that in a different way. So yes, every ozone, Swarnali, ozone is, I'll come. Ozone is not the right answer. That is climate change is the right answer. For Montreal Protocol, it is ozone. Okay, we have that also question. Let's first understand about Kyoto Protocol. So let's see. There are many questions on this, so just have a concentration, because in coming questions you can get an idea from here. Surekha, no, 4 is not A, 4 is C, climate change. Why the answers are coming wrong for 4? Kyoto Protocol was adopted. I'll read out the content so you can understand. So the Kyoto Protocol was adopted at the conference in Kyoto, that is in Japan, on 11th December 1997. Now, owing to a complex ratification process. Now, what is ratification process? See, whenever a particular thing is adopted, it has to go through a legal process. Now, what is that legal process? That is making the contract, making the agreement, getting the things in place legally. So that is called as ratification. So owing to a complex ratification, it means owing to the complex contracts and agreement system, it entered into force. It means it came into force from 16th of Feb 2005. Currently, there are 192 parties in Kyoto Protocol. So please remember that in Kyoto Protocol was adopted in 1997 and it came into force in 2005. Why there was delay? I have told you the reason. See, it can come into a statement question also. So reason was the complex ratification. Now, what is ratification? That also I have told clearly, a legal process wherein the agreement, the clauses are made and it has been signed by the party. So that took time. Then the Kyoto Protocol operationalizes the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change by committing, here you can see clearly, by committing industrialized countries and economies in transition to limit and reduce the greenhouse gases emission, okay, in accordance with agreed individual targets. So the target was given to the countries and they have to maintain this target. So it is an international agreement, okay, that is aimed to reduce carbon dioxide emission and presence of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. So The Paris Agreement was an agreement within the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change dealing with greenhouse gas emissions, okay? And the protocol, on other hand, is a treaty that commits state parties to reduce the greenhouse gas emission based on scientific consensus. So we have, if you remember, we have studied what is the difference between treaty, what is the difference between protocol, and what is the difference between convention. That I have brought today also, I will tell you. But still, I don't know, Vikrant, why you are saying 4 is C, that is climate change. It is not about ozone. Okay, I hope everyone has understood it very clearly. I told you some important points also to keep in mind, why the coming into force got delayed. Okay, what it talks about reduction and what, and it is a treaty, okay, which helps the every country to target what exactly reduction will be possible or greenhouse emission is possible by them. Fine. Yes, Manoharan, I am going to come to that particular part. What is treaty, what is protocol, and what is convention? Just in next few slides I have that also. Okay. Now, so the right answer is what? The right answer is climate change. So now, okay, fine. Now this is one easy answer based on sustainable development. So let's do this answer and then we will go for a explanation of the treaty, convention and protocol. Now I have purposely brought sustainable development question just like a revision. So let's see what it is. So assertion and reason question is, okay. Assertion is sustainable development is critical to the well-being of human society. Reason they have given is environmentally sound policies do not harm the environment or deplete the natural resources. So what the statement is, whether it is right, whether it is wrong, or whether it is what exactly it is talking about. So you have to tell the options, given options. Okay. I'm not turning, I just wanted to see that where I have kept that treaty questions. But okay, 5A, 5B both are coming. Okay, now see this question. Why there is a confusion, I don't know. See what is talking about. Sustainable development is critical to the well-being of human society. Okay, we know that sustainable development is something that we have to talk about present and future generation. Now it is saying that it is critical because if there is no cooperation, no coordination, definitely it is not easy. That is the statement talking about. Okay, that is statement 1. Now when we talk about reason, okay, and Swarnali, I have explained you, see, it is what is the statement? You people are not reading the statement correctly. Sustainable development is critical to the well-being of human society. Now meaning is that if the sustainable development is not taking place the way it is expected, then it is going to be critical. Okay, the meaning is not like sustainable development is not good. You are reading that way, so you feel that statement A is false. It's not like that. Read the sentence correctly. Now what reason they are giving against that is environmentally sound policies do not harm the environment or deplete the natural resources. Okay, so any such policies of environment, okay, which are very sound. Obviously sound policies are those one which will never have any adverse effect on the environment, or it will never deplete the natural resources. So in that case statement 2 is correct. Okay, but if you connect them, there is no connection. There is no connection between the assertion and reason. So in that sense, both the statements are correct, but that is reason given is not the exact reason or a correct explanation for the statement given, that is assertion given. Is it clear? See that this even I was expecting this students will go wrong, and the same thing happened. Swarnali, you got it, or any other, because she raised a doubt. Any other who is still stuck up, please let me know. I'll explain once again. But read this sentence like that sustainable development, if does not takes place the way it is expected, it is going to become critical. So that is true. And environmentally sound policies never will harm the environment and never will deplete the resources. So both the statements in their own places are correct, but there is no correlation. Fine? Okay. Yes. Now just a minute, I will just switch the slides. and I will come to the explanation of that slides. We left on 63, no, because the students are having doubt. So I'll just come on this first, okay. Shreya, see, what was the statement? Sustainable development is critical to well-being of society. It means that if you are not taking sustainable development properly, if you're not having that proper execution, it is going to become critical. There is no use of any policy. But that is statement 1 is correct, okay. Now second statement was environmentally sound policies are good for human beings and definitely it will never harm natural resources. That is also correct. So the statements individually are correct, but they are not related to each other with the reason. So hence the second option was right. Fine. Now see, we have something called as something, I mean to say, you can read, you have these words regularly. Treaty, protocol, then you have convention. Okay, so now when we talk about a convention, basically what is a convention? Let us start from here. So a convention is formal agreement. It is an agreement, okay, between two parties. You can say it as agreement or you can say it is a contract between the parties. So here between the states and is usually an instrument, okay, negotiated under an international organization. Instrument, it means that unless and until the points, the clauses of the agreement are not mutually accepted, they are, they are negotiated. So it's like an instrument which will come to a conclusion with acceptance of both the parties who are going to sign it. That is your convention. When I come to protocol, a protocol is one of the way in which a convention can be modified. So like for example, a convention is made, okay, a contract is made. Let us assume that a contract is made or an agreement is made. Now you want certain alteration or amendment in that particular convention. So that can be done with the help of protocol, okay. Now what is treaty? Treaty basically something, which talks about what mutual agreement where both the parties or the countries or the states enter into, but it does not puts any legal pressure. It is not legally binding. Is it clear? Now that depends upon, please remember, it depends upon relaxation. Like for example, one particular country has entered into a convention, okay. If they want to do some changes, they have to enter into a protocol. Now they have followed the rules and regulations very well. Now they are into treaty. It means that they are mutually supposed to contribute, maybe like for example, if it is control, pollution is under control. So now they have crossed that particular line. Now they have to just do the follow-up. So now from convention they have came to treaty. Is it clear with everyone? Okay. And conference is actually the initiation starts with conference where the discussion starts. Then comes to convention, then comes to protocol, and then comes to treaty. So it is like, it is the first starting point is conference where the discussion takes place. The discussion is finalized with the help of convention. If anything needs to be added, it is with the help of protocol. And now it is just has to follow up so that it enters into treaty. Is it clear? A convention is accepted after the modifications are done. Protocol is basically a alteration and amendment. Okay, and that Shelly, you're talking about acceptance. That is, after the discussion in the conference. It is like that. Is it clear? Okay, still I have one more slide to make it little clear. Okay, let's look at this. Let's have this very well, and I have just specially added a statement also. Treaty, an international agreement. Now see, here I am not going into an order because I don't want to put that thing in your mind. So let's individually look at the terms. Like for example, treaty. So, and it is an international agreement between two parties, as I said members or even the nation. So whether it can happen between two parties or it can happen, between two nations. Now, the treaty is not legally binding, but provides opportunity for update. That is with the help of protocol, that it can be used to set legally binding emissions. So it is basically decided with the help of an update which happens at protocol. So now if the things have been eased, it can be resulted into treaty where they are not legally binded. On the mutual basis or alertness, they can do the things. But if not, then they have to be, they have to be under protocol and they have to follow the things the way it is mentioned in the convention. Is it clear? Now, Protocol, as I said, it's a document that is legally binding that allows alteration and amendment to the main treaty. Okay, because of this amendment only the treaty has resulted. So you have to remember, amendment means any changes. Is it clear now? Like Kyoto Protocol, but Kyoto Protocol has got a relaxation, and they are, some countries are out of it. Only developed countries are into this protocol system now. Convention. A convention is something that happens prior to a treaty. Prior to a treaty, I showed you in the form of cyclic way, no? So prior to a treaty, a convention may also mean a treaty among the members of the countries. So one of the example they have given you. Is it clear? So I showed you in the cyclic form also how it happens, or individually also I showed you how it takes place. So you have to remember this very well. I mean to say, see, this is for your understanding that there is no such individual question on treaty, protocol or convention. Is it clear? Fine. Okay, now we will go back to our, I have left some questions, so we will go back to that questions. Okay, so now the next question is, the Montreal Protocol refers to what? So is it the cooperation among the UN member countries to combat climate change? Is it about phasing out the consumption and production of ozone depletion substances? Is it about ensuring environmental sustainability, or safeguarding the societal quality of life worldwide? So what does the Montreal Protocol refers to? See, Kyoto Protocol we did. Now second is Montreal Protocol. Nagoya Protocol also one question is there. So I will be taking it little bit later. Okay, answer has started. Fine. Yes, so Montreal Protocol, let's see little bit of explanation first. But yes, the right answer is option number B. But let's go to little explanation also. So it is a protocol on the substances that deplete the ozone layer. It is the agreement that regulates the production and consumption of nearly 100 man-made chemicals referred to as ozone depleting substances, that is called as ODS. It was adopted in the year 1987. Okay, September 1987, and it came into force. Now see, these two dates also can confuse you. So normally there is no as such question seen, only one question or two question was seen on protocol. That is also basic, but they can go in the deep, the way they are going deep into development goals also. So the protocol entered into force in 1989 and was adopted in 1987. Okay, now it has undergone 9 revisions, that is updations. The treaty came into force in 1987, which was ratified. Now I told you very well what is the meaning of ratified. That is, which was ratified by 197 countries. I hope you remember the meaning of ratified. If not, you just put me the doubt, I'll again rectify it. Okay, again explain you it. India becomes its signatory member on 9th June 1992. So this also please keep in mind. There is no question yet on this. When was the India the member of Montreal Protocol? That is year and date keep in mind. 19 June 1992. And match the following, they can come up with this. Is it clear? So in this sense, yes, the right answer is phasing out the consumption and production of ozone depletion substances. I hope once again, if you want me to go through it quickly, what we spoke about depletion of ozone layer, when it was adopted, when it came into force. So when I told you specifically you have to mention a column for dates, all this should be a part. And 19 June 1992, India became its signatory member. This is important. Again, these are the questions which are not yet touched. Now question number 7. Okay. Deepa, yesterday's class I have done that. You were there in the class, no, yesterday? For both sustainable development goal and this also for millennium development goals, for both I have shared. See yesterday's class, if you'll come to know. Now see, ratified. Okay, Shreya, I'll come to it. This question, read this question, 7th question. It is same, but how it is changed. The same question, but see the change how they have brought. Montreal Protocol was signed in order to address which of the following environmental issue. So that is tropospheric ozone population, depletion of ozone, global warming, or acid rain. So I mean to say, I'm just brought both the questions one by one to just show you that how the questions can be changed. Is it clear? Fine. Now, yes, Shreya, ratified, it means it is into a legal process. It means, the agreement on a contract, agreement or a contract, you can use both the words, which has certain clauses. So it enters into some legal process, and for that the terminology used is called as ratification. Is it clear now? Okay, so you mean to say in sequence I need to come up with something? Okay, fine, I'll do that. Yes, I remember it was not in sequence. That was a disadvantage I told. Okay, for sequence, yes, let me see. Fine, I'll come back to it. Yes, seventh one, who is one, Swarnali? Depletion. Okay, it is depletion of ozone in the stratosphere. That is the right answer. It is depletion of ozone. We just now saw that it the Montreal Protocol on the substances. It is a protocol on the substances that deplete the ozone layer. So depletion, you have to remember that very well. So see, a small amount of confusion also can create, a -2 in your bucket. So be careful. Fine. Yes. Now coming to the 8th question. Now see, 8th question is what? Now here, which of the international agreements, now read the question very carefully, okay? Which of the international agreements, just a second, yes, or the conventions or the protocols are legally binding on the member countries, okay? Which of the agreements, which of the conventions, okay, or which of the protocols are legally binding? So whether it is convention, sorry, here the spelling is wrong little bit, Convention on Biological Diversity, Kyoto Protocol, Montreal Protocol, or Paris Agreement. So which is legally binding on the member countries. It means that a member country has to follow the norms and regulations which are a part of a convention, or which are, see, convention and agreement actually is one and the same, and it is a part of protocol. Okay, so which of them are legally binding? So whether it is Convention on Biological Diversity, Kyoto Protocol, Montreal Protocol, or Paris Agreement, which of them are there? So for that bit of detail, actually I have given you a hint when I was explaining that thing. Swarnali, you mean to say A, B, C? Okay, that's what your answer is. So there are different answers now. Okay, I'm just waiting for everyone to give me the answers and then I'll go with it. Okay. Pankaj's set lecture is over, so I guess he's here. Okay, fine. So let's see this particular, now see, in this it is only Convention on Biological Diversity and Montreal Protocol. Okay, this answer, fine. I'll tell you. Convention on Biological Diversity will do. Kyoto Protocol has given a relaxation, okay, to some of the countries. Now it is only not for all the countries. The countries which has crossed a percentage, has, for them it is exempted and it is not a part of it. Even the Paris Agreement is not legally binding. It is only Convention on Biological Diversity and Montreal Protocol. Please remember, Kyoto Protocol, it is legally binding, but not for all the countries now. Why? Because there has been exemption given to certain countries. It is only for developed countries. Even Paris Agreement is out of it. So it is option number A, that is Convention on Biological Diversity, and option number C, Montreal Protocol. Now Convention on Biological Diversity, let's see what exactly it is. So Convention on Biological Diversity, which is known as, now this is again an important thing, Biodiversity Convention. Okay, it is a multilateral treaty. The convention has 3 main goals: the conservation of biological diversity, the sustainable use of components, the fair and equitable sharing of benefits arising from genetic resources. It was opened for signature at Earth Summit, okay, in Brazil, that is on 5th of June 1992, and by end of 1993, 165 countries had signed a treaty. Okay, now let me complete first. It entered into force on 29th December 1993. The convention first recognized for the first time in international law the conservation of biodiversity, a common concern of humankind, and hence it is an integral part of development process. Now please remember, we are talking about what? We are talking about legally binding. So in that we have Convention on Biological Diversity, which is must for every country, and we have Montreal Protocol. The rest of them are exempted, they are not a part of it. Okay, be careful. This see, that's the reason, meaning and what is happening, what are the current status, what are the current updates, and that is very important. If you go with the meaning, okay, this is protocol means it is legally binding, treaty means legally binding. No, after that so many changes has happened and they are out of this it's a legally binding agreement. I hope it is clear with you all. Okay, now yes, there is one small question again on sustainable development. So easy question this is, but let's see now. Sustainable development goal. Okay, that is they have given now. They have not confused you. It is a very straight question. They are saying that one of the goal of the sustainable development, that goal is life below water. Aims at conserving and sustainably using what? Groundwater, river, stream, ponds, lakes and resources, ocean, seas and marine resources, or wetland resources. So what it does means by life below water, very easy it is, but be careful. Life below water, so what it talks about? Tomorrow I'll try my level best to complete that Protection Act, Environment Protection Act. Again, if you want, I'll explain you the concept of, because if it is not clear, treaty, convention, conference, and we'll complete that part so that you can start learning properly the acts with years and all those things. Okay, very good. Yes, ocean, seas and marine resources, that is what it is talking about. Sustainability about oceans, that is life under or below water, sea and marine resources. Yes, very good. Okay, so we have done the point of this, but still let's see. We'll talk in detail about UNFCCC. Which of the following indicates the objective? Now, objective of UNCC, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. So what is the objective? To stabilize greenhouse. Pankaj, I hope you understood 9th question, what it was. Very easy it was. So groundwater, no, it is not talking about groundwater, it is talking about life underwater. To stabilize the greenhouse gases concentration in atmosphere, to prescribe the limit on greenhouse gas emissions for individual country, to lay down enforcement mechanism, or to prepare guidelines for formulation of climate action plan by the member country. So what is the basic objective of United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change? Okay, see, maybe there are some students for whom I don't, because I'm seeing questions are going right, but all those who are there in the class, live class, are not answering. Maybe some of them are not knowing at all. I'm trying my level best, to make this unit very easier for everyone. So just give me some time, because parallelly lot of things are going on. So I need to have some time to make easy lectures with certain tricks and all those things. I'll no doubt I'll come before exam well in advance. I'll make sure that lectures becomes effective. So meanwhile you can please keep on reading and going ahead. Yes, so what is the main objective? 10th all mixed questions I got. I don't know why, maybe you're not clear about this concept. We will do that. Okay, so basically to stabilize the greenhouse gases concentration in the atmosphere. I got C also, I got D also, B also someone has given. So let's see first of all this topic, what exactly this topic is. Okay, book also I'll come, wait a minute, I'll tell, because I have taken one lecture on book. I'll tell you. Now see, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, okay, was one of the 5 outcomes of Rio Summit, was signed as a non-legally binding framework agreement. It did not set any mandatory limit on greenhouse emissions for individual country. Neither it had contained any enforcement mechanism. This were given in the option C. It said that protocols would be legally binding and enforcement, and one such was Kyoto Protocol, but only for certain exemptions, whether that is with respect to developed countries. So when we talk about objectives, the basic objectives to stabilize greenhouse concentrations at a level that would prevent dangerous anthropogenic interference with the climate system, that is the activities which are interfering. So stabilizing the greenhouse gas, that is the first objective itself. It was adopted on May 9th of 1992 and it was opened for signature from 3rd to 14 June 1992. It entered into force on 21st of March 1994 after a sufficient number of countries had signed the agreement. It means accepted the agreement, that is ratified. So I told the terminology which is used. So please remember the basic objective was to stabilize the greenhouse gases. Okay. This is what the question was. The question was very clear and this was a part of it. So theory, you can understand reading theory many a times, it's really helpful, especially in this units. Okay. Now coming to the books as put by one of the student. If I compare, I have personally read lot of books, whether it is professional academy, whether it is Oxford publication, but yes, very true. If you see KVS Madan's book, it's properly given, but at the same time, if you latest edition you go with, okay, and let me tell you one thing, even if you are reading the book, okay, you rely on one book only. Now what is the problem? Maybe like for example, some student must have read the book and still must have not cleared the examination. So what is the problem in the net examination is that you people have to have consistency in your studies. Like for example, today in 1 week you did teaching aptitude and after that 4 weeks you have not done anything, okay, nor you have touched anything. So like for example, reading comprehension has to be done daily. It has to be done daily without fail. See, reading comprehension, many a time students are asking me, I'm been going to make a video also. See, reading comprehension does not have a typical comprehension. There are 2 questions which were earlier there, but nowadays reading comprehension has also lot of variety. So what will happen is that your reading itself will help you to catch up the speed to come to a conclusion of an answer. Okay, so that is to be done very well. Data interpretation has to be done very well, which will help you to give the speed, which will help you to make faster with the calculation. And what happens is that for a span of 3 months or 6 months, when you're continuously doing the reading, whether it is paper 1 and paper 2, which you should do parallelly, no one can stop you by cracking net examination. The only thing is, I do understand you are you are working class maybe, or many of you must be having household responsibilities also, but just decide a timetable for yourself. Just stick to one book and solve lot of MCQs. After the theory, you should have an end towards the theory. There should be a definite end. It should not keep on going. Complete the theory and come to the MCQs. And when I said that MCQs, whenever you do MCQs, all the options should be read properly. Stop revising previous year question papers 1000 amount of time. It is not going to help you out. Take new set of questions, practice this. If you do then no one is going to stop you. So this is, you require a lot of self dedication for that. Then only it is going to happen. The way you are seeing the syllabus, the way you are seeing the challenges every cycle, it is going to become tough day by day. Okay, I hope, sorry I've took 2 minutes of yours, but I hope it was important to tell. With the books also I have told you now which you can follow. And personally my opinion is, you go for any book, you don't read one book itself. Many times I've seen students running behind the notes, but none of them complete the notes. So just stick to one thing and one source, that is enough for you. Okay, now under Kyoto Protocol, the parties in the second commitment, okay, there were 2 commitment periods, so first and second. So in the second commitment, for this I have done in theory class, I have done both the commitment periods. Have to reduce the greenhouse emission with reference to 1990 level by at least what? And those who have reduced it, they are exempted with the legally binding process. So by 10%, by 12%, by 15%, or by 18%. So what is the emission which has to be reduced by what percentage? So what is the percentage? Option number A, B, C, D. Which percentage you are talking about? Pranaya, this KVS Madan's book no is freely available also, the latest edition also. So you don't have to even buy also. And if you people get ebooks also, you see they are sometimes you just keep a watch on Google Play Books, you get lot of less cost, I mean to say you get it in a very cheap cost. Okay, now under Kyoto Protocol it is not 15%, it is 18%. It is covered in my theory class. Today I didn't take that slide. So the parties in the second commitment period, it is clearly written, the greenhouse reduction is 18%. It's very factual. You have to remember this very well. It is not 15%, it is 18%. Okay. Please remember this very clearly. So reduction of greenhouse gases emission should be 18%. Fine. Okay. Now coming to question number 12. Yes, Nagoya Protocol is related to what? The student has already answered, but let's see how many. Now see, here you can do on elimination basis also, whether it is related to climate change, ozone depletion, hazardous waste or biodiversity. So we know you can do it as you know what is important for what. Just now we did 2-3 questions on that. So you should be able to understand it. Nagoya Protocol is related to what? Climate change, ozone depletion, hazardous waste or biodiversity. Yes, I'll just clear the ink. Yes, so it is very good. That is related to biodiversity. One of the student have also, given the answer for that. Is it clear? Okay. Yes, now question number, okay, now before going to this question, I'll just come to chat, 2-3 doubts are there in the chat box. I'll just come to it. Just let me first complete about this protocol. Now, when we talk about Nagoya Protocol, so let's understand what it is, basically about what is the information given about, because this also it's very important. You should keep all these things in mind very well. Okay, so let's talk about this very well. So this is the second protocol to the convention, okay, on biological diversity. If you have any doubt, please put in the chat box. Let me complete this and I'll come to it. Okay, now it was adopted on 29th of October 2010 in Nagoya, that is Japan, and entered on 12th, came into force on 12th October 2014. So if anyone is having the written notes, please make sure that you are putting this dates very well properly. Okay, now see, this is the objective of aim. Okay, aim was implementation of one of the 3 objectives, okay, of the Convention on Biological Diversity, that is assess genetic sources and fair and equitable sharing of benefits arising from the utilization, thereby contributing to the conversion and sustainability use of biodiversity. Now, it provides a transparent legal framework for effective implementation on one of the 3 objectives, that is on Convention of Biological Diversity. So it works on what? It basically works on the framework that is on Convention of Biological Diversity, and that's what the question was. So sorry, it works for what? It is related to biological diversity. Fine, is it clear? Okay. Now there are some doubts. I'll just take some doubts. Kasuri, okay, now you have the commitment actually was for 32 to 36%. Okay, but now it was the actual commitment was that which has came up to 18%. Fine, which was under the first period stated. Got it? Okay. Now yes, commitment period. Now here also, but I think I have not brought the theory slide for this. Or anyways, commitment period for Kyoto Protocol, that is first period for reduction of greenhouse emission by industrialized and European community was which year? That is 1997 to 2005, 2000 to 2012, 2008 to 2012 or 2005 to 2015. So which was the first period? Okay, I'm just waiting for the answers for everyone to come up with. Here also, anyone know, those who are having doubt in this first period and second period, please refer my theory classes. In that I have in detail taken up this Kyoto Protocol with the class with the commitment period. So it is important for you to remember that. Okay, when was the first commitment period and when was the second commitment period? So you should be able to see such type of question comes definitely. So you should be able to remember this very well. Okay, only one student has answered. What about others? I'm just waiting for everyone to answer. Okay, no answers at all, only by first. Okay, question number 13. Okay, fine. Yes, so it is exactly all mixed answers I am getting. So the first period was from the year 2008 to 2012. The second was from 2012, which got extended to 2020. Please remember these dates. I mean to say this is something which is very factual. We cannot do anything on this. You will be losing your marks, and such type of questions have been asked date wise. They can give you the period also, they can give you the enforcement also, they can confuse you with adopted also. This all can be very difficult for you. Okay, theory lectures, no description in description box, it is there, but today I removed it because no description was going beyond the limit. So I have kept only MCQ. In your group of MSET, I'll put that descriptions of all the theory lecture first. Okay, fine. So the first period was under 2008 to 2012. Now see, I have brought two sets of match the following. Question number 14 and question number 15. Both are a match the following, but both are different set. Means same type of question but in different way. So let's see now. Montreal Protocol, Paris Agreement, Climate Action Plan, Kyoto Protocol. You have to match set A with set B and tell me the right answer option. So be careful. I have taught you how to match also. So, but if it is the answer is at two places, you have to then go through the entire process. Let's see how many of you are able to do it. And let me tell you one thing, as Pankaj has already asked about the link. Any student, because there are some regular students in this lecture who are being there in the theory classes, maybe they need time to recall. But any new student to the class who does not know this theory, so I will really advise them. See, in MCQs, it does not becomes very possible to take everything from the base. That's the reason I have segregated, theory classes differently, and I have taken theory very well. So you have to do theory. Anyways, it is not seeing my videos. In any form, you please learn the theory and come. Otherwise, directly sitting with MCQs it's not going to work, at all. Unless and until you do not know theory, you have got an idea. Okay, yes, very good. So if you can see Montreal Protocol, so we know it is, ozone depletion. But if you see 3 is at A also and B 4 also. So you need to see now everything. We talked about what we have talked about, Paris Agreement. So basically it is intended nationally determined contributions. When we talk about action plan, climate action plan, it is yes, water resource management. When you talk about Kyoto Protocol, it is emission trading. So that in that sense, yes, your option number D, that is option number 4 goes to be right. This is for your first answer, and I hope it is with two answers you are very clear. Now the second question also, if you see, it is on the same topics but in a different form. This is set A on the protocol and convention they have given. So International Solar Alliance we have done yesterday, and this is set B. Now you have to check which is the right answer and you have to tell. Now again, protocols and Kyoto Protocol and Montreal Protocol. So you can see here and find out. We have done all the options. I mean to say all the topics we have done. So it should be easier for you to understand. Let's see how many of you are able to do it. I'm talking about question number 15. Okay, so even if you go with one option, no, you can get it right. If you do in that manner also, maybe most of them have gotten that. Kyoto Protocol, I guess they must have taken. So if you see, yes, option number D, that is again option number 4, Kyoto Protocol, it talks about emission trading. So if you see, B is the 3, and it's only, I mean, it is right, but do not immediately go for that. Go through all the options. Montreal Protocol, controlling consumption and production of halons, okay. Convention on Biological Diversity, that is clearing the house mechanisms. International Solar Alliance, that is nothing but clean affordable energy, okay. Yes, yeah, that way also you can do related to energy, but at least this 3-1 everyone must have seen Kyoto Protocol, but just to cross check yourself, you have to little bit once go through all, or by mistakenly there can be silly mistake, sometimes you can oversee the things, so it should be very careful. Is it clear? So yes, that's how we have the today questions. Tomorrow again we'll come up with the topic. Now some students, I do not want to discourage you with anything, but some students are not clear with the factual concepts, so please ensure that you are reading this unit very well, though you don't like it, but you have to motivate yourself in reading it properly and ensuring that you are doing best in this unit. You can't let go this unit like that only. So ensure that you are reading some theory part, not started, so start it, so that you can cope up with the MCQs and you can try to understand what type of concentration and which areas you need the concentration. Fine, yeah, that's all for the day. Tomorrow again 9 p.m. we will be meeting with new set of questions, okay. Thank you everyone. Yes, see you tomorrow sharp at 9 p.m.